too.
It's time for education for our children, for the nations, for everybody. It's time for education.
Of course, welcome back to the program Education at Midweek. Of course, Mr. Curtis V. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to Maxine Bleaton. Good morning, the peace and loving people of the Republic of Liberia. And good morning to Nimba County from my home, city of Sanikoli. And good morning to my friends and family. I'm happy to be here, and it's an honor. And I want to say thank you to the Ministry of Education for seeing it important to hear from us.
Okay. Mr. V, you've been a very young man. According to your history, you came from selling meat pepper soup, kerosene, and you are in the United States and now candidate for PhD. Could you give us a little background of your success story just in 2-3 minutes?
Thank you very much. So, being here today as a PhD candidate, like I often like to say, was in a bed made of roses. I've had my own challenges, and I hail from Sanikoli City, or like you rightly said, well known for selling meat pepper soup and kerosene on the principal street. And from the Levi-ish Mountain Baptist High School, where this journey started as a junior high student from 7th grade and up to the 12th grade where I graduated from, and then quickly transitioned to BWI, but then came back to the University of Liberia. And I like to actually say I was born in Nimba, and I was made at the University of Liberia. I really appreciate the University of Liberia family for making me who I am today, because it was my experiences, the sources and privileges that was given to me at the University of Liberia that really led me to the United States, where I'm currently doing my PhD. And that started with being awarded the Excellent in Higher Education for Liberian Development USAID funded project. So yeah, something like that.
You from Liberia, people have been talking about this system, Liberia education system. It's a mess, it's not good. And you just been going and you've been tapping on other things. What can you tell Liberians out there, so that the whole thing about the education system being a mess can be erased from the mind? You being a very young Liberian, just tapping, you say sponsor, you came from the same education system.
I can say for sure we have had our own unique challenges as Liberian, very different from any countries in the world. Good. We have our own civil war and post like COVID-19 and Ebola crisis. So every country faces their own challenges. And why it's true that we might not be satisfied with our education system right now. And that's what the Ministry of Education, the government, past and previous and present, pushing towards, transforming our education system. We are not there yet. We might get there, but it all starts with this, like this initiative. Listen to even a voice of a Liberian coming here, sharing his own story to inspire young generation. I think is a very good way to go. And I can say for sure, our education system depends on us, the young generation. It's us to take responsibility in our own hands to make use out of available opportunities. We are struggling, but there are opportunities that exist within Liberia. And I'm urging our young people to take the car by the horn and move with it and make life meaningful for themselves in the given opportunities that we have around. And we can talk more about that.
So you mean now the education system, it depends on ourselves. It depends on our own discipline, our commitment to our study. That's what you're trying to say?
Yes. I want to say, I like to say it that way, or whatever situation we experiencing. And what I mean, like, it's up to ourselves, right? Is that we can always find the good in the bad. And I like to approach things from, taking things from the asset-based perspective.
Okay.
What is working? What is it in our education system that is working?
Okay.
And how can we make that work even more better? And then if we use that asset-based perspective, we will always take advantage of opportunities we have, and we maximize the best use out of it, and we'll move forward. And then the challenges, we will be able to address the challenges over and over again.
You are doing engineering and computer education. Why you went into that area to specialize?
Well, I like to attribute this to my 10th grade teacher.
10th grade.
Yes, the late Eugene Boymapaw, who once told me the definition of engineering, and that was when I really thought I want to become an engineer.
Okay.
And he said that engineering is the application of math and science to solve real world problems.
Oh.
And I felt that term solved real
world
world problems stuck with me, because I felt in my own community, in my family, there was a problem. And the problem was that none of my siblings have ever gone to college.
Wow.
So I felt the need. I saw that need to there to be the difference. And that was from there I decided to do engineering. And more so on the holistic level for our country. We see that engineering plays a key role in national and sustainable development agendas. And so Liberians need their own engineering educators, engineering practitioners, that we can work together to build this country. And it was based on these things, this motivation, that I decided to become an engineer, going to the engineering field, now into engineering education, where I'm really passionate about bringing intentional access of engineering opportunities, engineering and STEM opportunities to Liberians, especially those in underprivileged community where I came from. I feel that's the best way to give back to the Liberian community.
Okay, so let me precise. What are the importance of STEM education and technology in the Liberian education system?
Yes.
You've been an engineer now.
Thank you very much. I mean, STEM, the acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And has been coined into our education system of late, in terms of the importance, giving the relevance of integrating science and technology. The world we find ourselves in now is digital. So science and technology plays a major role in building our education system. If we look at our generation now, the kids we are born, the kids that are getting into primary schools, their level of learning and their style of learning is different from 20 years ago, from my fathers. So we're in the digital age. So science or STEM and technology are really essential to make sure that we educate and prepare Liberians that will be able to affect change. I mean, positive change. Change like STEM support economic growth.
Okay.
Yes, where the war is going right now, the challenges and everything we see, we need STEM professionals. We need scientists. We need engineers. We need technologists that will be able to solve Liberia's unique
real problem.
Yes, real problem. Let's put it that way. But unique to Liberia's, condition, to our culture. So we need that. And also, this STEM and technology, they use it in our education system, provides the opportunity for critical thinking.
Okay.
When students use technology, when students are in science and engineering, they think critically. They solve real world problems. They solve problems that generation from now will like benefit from that, because that's why Liberia will also go forward. And if we look at our economic, or the economy we find ourselves, it's going digital. And so we need people in these strategic fields that will be able to help Liberia participate, and not just participate. I mean, like really engage in the global economic system we find ourselves in, because that's where the world is going. And so Liberia need to prioritize STEM, invest more into STEM, and that we can talk about later, so that we can have our own homegrown STEM professionals, different people in different fields with different expertise, and together we can embrace our diversity in terms of our ideas, and then we will be able to like transform Liberia to where we want Liberia to go. Liberia is in Africa. Look at the African Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. If you check the Africa we want, you notice that science and technology and innovation are playing a key role on achieving Africa Agenda 2063. So Liberia cannot be left behind. That's why we need to prioritize people in the STEM field, and everything, the government, the education system, the community, even the young generation ourselves. This is now one man's business. It's not even resting on the shoulder of the government. It's resting on the shoulder of every one of us to ensure that we give Mama Liberia, what she deserves.
Okay, so let's look at what's the difference also between the RCT and the AR?
All right, so I start with ICT, right?
Yeah.
Because AI has just is just arriving newly,
Yeah.
coming into our education system or something like that.
Mhm.
So ICT is information and communication technology. It encompasses the broader spectrum of technology tools, like our computer, like our projector, and all of the tools, like the video camera, like everything we have right now set up.
Right now.
These are all ICT tools.
Okay.
They are used to create, retrieve, and process data. That's it. Like we give out a computer information, process it in LCL and all the kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
So these are all computing tools. That's ICT. When we come to AI, so now AI came in as an advancement, like a special advancement to the world of ICT. So sometimes people call it transformative technology tools because they are bringing different transformation in our education system or in a different sector of our lives. So ICT now, AI is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, and that intelligence is that now the computer is a branch of computer science that has been developed to think and function like human.
Wow.
That was what we call artificial intelligence. So it's like putting the human brain into a computer program to act. And I'll give you a very specific example. Have you noticed when you're writing your email?
Yeah.
When you put "dear," and then there's a suggestion in front of the email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a suggestion.
Not a suggestion. Or
select one.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I hope this email, before you say I hope this email, you see finds you well, something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right. That is the function of AI.
Okay.
It may make the human brain and be like, okay, I think the person wants to say this. So it was based on that suggestion. That program was a computer scientist built on to create artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT that knows exactly, that may make human function and say, okay, I think this is what people are trying to say.
Yeah.
So the main difference, ICT process data.
Okay.
Yes. Or AI learn from data and make intelligent.
AI learn from data.
Yes. AI learn from data and make intelligent
suggestion
and decision. Yes. So ICT will be like the computer will have, it will process the data, will take in all of our files and stuff and Excel data and stuff, it process that. But ICT on the other end learns from the data and mimic the data and make informed decision. So ICT tools will not be able to learn from data, but they process the data. And then AI learn from that data. The next time Collins come in the room and say, I want you to do this. AI goes, it goes straight to the database and see this huge volume of big data from around the world, from Google, from Microsoft, from everywhere, and say, okay, this is how, when you ask this question, this is how it's being answered.
And it suggests that to you.
It suggests that to you. And everything came from Google. Like when you Google what is physics, what is engineering, a lot of answer comes in, right? Suggestion comes in from the internet. So AI use the kind of data and make intelligent decisions that will absolutely align with what human will be doing. So this is just a computer version of human being, thinking like human being and acting like human being. That's AI.
Okay, so let's come to this one. Why you decided to specialize in engineering and computer education as young Liberian? You're not going to business. You're not going to this. You say, okay, I want to be an engineer and a computer educator. And besides that, you have to deal with mathematics. And that one of the tough posts people think.
I saw their need for engineering STEM professionals in Liberia. I am a son of Liberia. I was born here. My everything is here. I grew up here, and I've seen the resources we have. I've seen, like when you travel outside Liberia, that's when you admire the beauty of this country. That's when you appreciate what we really have. And so when I was in school, after my fundamental passion for doing engineering, saw real world problems, and looking at transitioning from the Civil War and everything we need to do, I went to an education system here that was recovering from the casualty of the Civil War. And I saw the importance of investing in student learning.
Okay.
And that's why at the University of Liberia, I was doing electrical engineering. But I tell you for sure that I was more interested and embedded into the day-to-day activities of the University of Liberia College of Engineering, an honors program. I went on to become the president of the Lux Internal Honors Scholar Program, and all of that. So I worked with students and other non-for-profit organizations. I worked with students to just mentor them. So that passion was really fundamental into my decision to transition to do PhD in engineering computer education, to become an expert that will advise policy and curriculum development and institutional development when it comes to STEM and engineering education. Liberia can boast of one. And this is not just me. I have a lot of friends out there who are pursuing similar degrees. Liberians are not sitting. We come from the same system. We're going out there, and we
the system is working. It's producing. It's working. People.
It's working. It's up to us to make the better use of it. And then at the same time, try the government and the civil servant, like the private sector, and everybody can come on board and see how we can make this work for the better of the future of Mama Liberia.
How can you be a help to the Ministry of Education when it comes to the STEM program in the Republic of Liberia with all your RTC, your AI, and all these things? Are you going to come back to Liberia, or you have a plan to be here for maybe 6, 7, 1 more year to return to America?
Thank you. First of all, I'm an employee of the University of Liberia. Okay. Before leaving for study, I was the teaching assistant at the University of Liberia. I still maintain that title. Okay. While even I was in the US, I still work with the University of Liberia. Online. Okay, we'll come to that online issue. When I was there, and the university saw the need to transition to online learning, because traditional learning, wasn't possible during COVID-19. Yeah, I came in as a faculty member, as a passionate Liberian, to help the University of Liberia train faculty during a COVID-19 and transition there. How am I helping? I'm still in the University of in the United States of America. All of my research studies and practices are from Liberia. I conducted my first study, honors student learning during COVID-19. Working, creating workshop and capacity building and professional development activities for Liberian development. I'm looking for STEM faculty. I'm looking to work with organizations out there that are supporting STEM education. This is somebody who is passionate about how we can better help. With the Ministry of Education, I've been with the Ministry of Education prior to leaving. Okay. Thanks to Minister Gayflower Washington, that brought me on board, and I was helping with the Division of Teacher Education before I traveled. Okay. And since then, I've been there. The national ICT curriculum, I call in from time to time. I visit the Science and Technology Department, talk to Ms. Sangay. We talk about policy and stuff like that. So all of these things, I really infused my passion for focusing my dissertation. My entire PhD dissertation is on understanding the current state of ICT integration into our education system. I'm making a little bit narrow because I want to graduate very quick and come back to do real good use. So I focus my dissertation on engineering. Okay. Engineering and computing. But then my dissertation practices, that is the workshop I'm creating, I extended it to STEM. And I'll even be including non-STEM faculty. I had a whole blown proposal rating to do a STEM a faculty professional development workshop for universities within Liberia. All right. That proposal is, I'm looking for funding out for it. So if anyone out there interested in faculty development, student professional development, this is me. We have a team working together to do this.
So what's your number and your email? If people want to get in contact with you, how can they contact you?
Thank you very much. So my number, local Liberian number is 0775 513845. That is my number. And my email is my full name, but backward, VAYE Collins, COLLINS, and for name, my middle name, 02@gmail.com. That is my number. And you can reach me on my social media handle. I got Twitter account. I got my Facebook.
But you're an engineer now. You get all these accounts, my man.
Yes. And I'll let you know. Yeah. engineers are creative people. Engineers work to solve problems.
Okay.
And a person like me who wants to solve problem, who want to aid the process of making change in our department, networking
Okay.
played a major role. And so I have all the social media handles, and that I'm meeting our friends. And that's how the collaboration comes in.
Yeah.
I have friends who do a similar degree
Yeah.
who work together. I'm helping Liberian, like since I've been to Florida International University. I look out for opportunities for other students. It will surprise you that I have 5 students right now from Liberia. 4 students are doing a PhD in education, in STEM education, in other
Engineering also.
engineering also.
In the Florida University.
At Florida International University since I entered in 2018. We have 5.
How long have you been in the US?
5 years.
Now, what can you tell a typical Liberian student that have passion for STEM education so that they can be encouraged or motivated to keep on their study?
Yes, so I like to say, fail, but win anyhow.
Come again?
Fail, but win anyhow.
Explain that.
Okay. I started with that to say it is not an easy route. So you're going to fail along the way.
Yeah.
But if you have the mindset of failing but winning anyhow, then no matter how the amount of challenges you encounter while going towards your success, you will just see that as a stepping stone towards that.
Okay.
So fail and win anyhow, but also follow your passion, something that you're really, really passionate about. So in STEM,
jumping from one department to another department.
Yeah, I mean that.
Even to that university.
Yeah. And you and I can sit on a whole different show and talk about career pathway development.
Yes.
Because that's something I'm also into, right? Since I came, I've been having some
workshop and seminars
for young people talking about career development. I was privileged to be honored to be invited by the Liberia Society for Women Engineers to speak to engineering students on career development. Even students from the Baptist compound, the youth called me to speak about professional development and career development, right? So you can be there and look out for opportunities. Director Bleaton, and I'll say this to the young Liberian students. My success, the secret behind my success, one has been God.
I like that.
Because I'm a Christian. I believe that who I am today is not because of me, it's the special grace of God. So I'm a product of God's grace. That's one.
Amen.
Secondly, it is my ability to ask the question, how can I help? That comes with volunteerism. All the things I have done up to this point, and some of the opportunities that I have received in previous years has been, how can I help? Just volunteering.
Yeah.
While volunteering,
you see something inside.
Opportunity comes in. Somebody.
So now the voluntary issue here. What can you tell Liberians? In the morning, go do smaller job. You got to pay me first before I start, and after 1 or 2 months, nothing. They say, "Oh, I can't go. I don't get transportation." What ideology can you put into the mind of our young or upcoming generation to take the volunteering activity very serious? That something is inside at the end.
Yeah. So it all boils down to, why are you doing what you are doing?
Yeah.
That's the question. If I'm just doing this work because I just want to do it and just get something out of it for my daily bread today, then yeah, go in and be worried about the money. But if you're doing something because it's what you feel your passion is connected to, then it worth waiting a little bit. It worth observing and checking around and seeing things and making your ways and like
critical thinking about
critical thinking is coming in and like, this is what I can do. I'll tell you something, right? I go to different organizations and attend different events. Sometimes the event I'm going to, and I'll be very frank with you about that, the event I'm going to, I really don't have anything doing particularly for that event at the point in time. But my goal can be that if I go to this networking event, there is a possibility that I meet someone who will leave from that event and know that I met Collins V, who is doing this research. You never know where
Yes.
thing comes from. So sometimes just networking event, work around, do some things. And I don't know if we'll have time to talk about this. And we can talk more about our young people, how to navigate our social media. You talk about
Yeah.
that in our digital spaces.
Yeah. Okay, let's come to this, Mr. V. How many year you spend in the US? You said since 2000,
18.
since 2018, right?
Yeah, I
Up
went
to-
December. I went December 5,
Okay.
2018.
Maybe people want to know the story, how you got there.
Okay. Yeah. So
You were selling meat pepper soup now. How you got to the United States?
that's what I said. I love to say I was born in Nimba, but made at the University of Liberia.
Mhm.
So when I graduated at the University of Liberia, like I did Levi's Mountain Baptist as the valedictorian, I graduated from the College of Engineering as the valedictorian. And then the university administration have seen the need, and that's, I think, forward-thinking approach that have been going on. I really appreciate the university for that, for sending people who are passionate, like, to go out there and get a degree.
So when you left from the University of Liberia and went to the States, there were no problem with you. You just went straight into your program.
Yes, I went straight into my program.
They never brought you down.
No. I got the university funded.
Because some people say when you come, you graduate from university, yeah, you go, the people bring you one step down and give you some courses to brush you up and other things like that. How true is it?
Well,
was that with you?
Everyone has their own storyline.
Especially engineer.
Yes, everyone has their own storyline. While it's true that I cannot talk holistically for everybody, but I can say for sure that it's up to, like, you coming back. Sometimes it's frustrating when you come back and then the system is not willing to incorporate you. A lot of Liberians go through that, coming back, and the system is not willing to incorporate them, and people, having some delay with progress and all the kind of stuff. Sometimes it feels really bad, and even it comes to, like, young Liberians going out there getting all these accolades and coming back into the country, and funding and all of this become a problem. Sometimes it's really, really devastating. I cannot say that. And this is not even Liberia as a whole. Holistic problem.
Okay.
For Africa. That's where the brain drain comes in, and the people come and just run away. There's something like that, right? But these things, as we move forward and check the boxes, we try to prioritize that. So back to your question, that's how my master was funded from the University of Liberia. But the interesting thing is, how was my PhD funded? The university did not fund my PhD.
Who funded? My
PhD was funded by my current PhD advisor.
Who's he?
His name is Dr. Brooke Berhanen. And I'll let you know how he funded mine, to go back to my point of volunteerism.
Yes.
All right. So I was at the verge of completing my last course for master. But then I decided it was COVID-19 time. My COVID-19 time. I was trying to take one last engineering course.
Okay.
I have some other courses to take. And so most staff were not on campus. And the IT department has been, like, the director there has been one of my good friends. We were in the same class. So she was doing her master program. And so she was like, oh, like, we are short of staff, students are not coming and stuff like that. So I was like, well, how can I help today? I really do not have much to do. She said, oh, Collins, that would be so nice of you if you can come. We have some faculty that are coming in with their computer and something like that. That was something I was doing here at the University of Liberia. So I just went there, served that whole week helping the department. Yes. Now I met my my supervisor, my current supervisor.
Yeah.
He has just transitioned to FIU from University of Maryland. And so when he came, he had this faculty development workshop going on. I did not know anything about it, but I was in the IT shop that day. So he came to print their flyers. So I was the IT technician in the IT shop. So I helped him print the flyers. And while printing the flyer, I just scanned through, because it was in my hand, and I saw that it was some STEM faculty development program that he was doing, working with a community college teacher. And that's how he and I, for the next 20 minutes, we went into discussing STEM symposium and faculty development, because I did something like that here at the University of Liberia.
Yeah.
On a USAID, I participated in hosting STEM teacher or professional development. Teacher came from Nima County, from all 15 counties in Liberia. And then it was not my own initiative, but again, it was me just helping the UCE health team to do that STEM faculty. We did it for 100 students and 50 faculties. from different schools across the country. When I told my advisor that I did that, and I also had student-led project that did STEM symposium. We can talk about how to improve STEM. We did STEM symposium at the University of Liberia, called high school students, divided ourselves into team engineer, team technology. All of my friends listening now knows that we did that program. When I told my advisor that and I showed him some pictures of things we did, he was there, but Collins, this is what I'm in FIU to do. Will you mind joining our PhD program?
Wow.
I don't mind sponsoring you.
Just like that.
That's how I got my sponsorship. And two things after I did that, and then I got this competition notice from the American Society for Engineering Education, that they were looking for engineering students because of COVID-19 time, trying to do things, looking for engineering students that would tell their story. What passion do you have for engineering and what you want to do for your engineering degree? I would like to play that story on air one day to you if you don't mind.
No problem.
So I created that video. So a 90-second video explaining your passion for engineering. And all I said in that video was, I'm from Liberia. This is who I am. Due to the civil conflict in my country, the education system has been devastated for some time. And there's an ongoing investment in reawakening or strengthening our education system. And my goal for doing engineering is to create access to opportunities for engineering education in developing countries. I wrote the essay and I did that video and I submitted it. That video was for students from the United States and Canada. And I got the second place award for that video competition. And Florida International University took it to air. They published the story and published, this is Collins, currently on the website, you'll see Collins want to create intentional access for engineering education in developing countries. So
Collins,
the story,
I mean, your story is touching.
The story started from there, and that's how I got my funding for my PhD. And I decided, while doing the PhD, and I started learning more new ways that even Liberians can get. I did not know that you can do bachelor degree and do your PhD right away. I did not know that.
Wow.
Until I entered FIU. And I knew that, although I did my master before, I was doing my master and just transition straight to my PhD. So I did a joint degree, my master straight to PhD. But now, when I knew that, and FIU, I was serving voluntarily as the international student mentor. So I work with over 100 international students from different countries. My current set of students comes from Southern America. The current set of students I'm working with right now come from Saudi America and all other African students from Nigeria that I worked with last year. But my current set of students now, just working with them, helping them to adjust to campus life as an international student at Florida International University. There I also have learned a lot from student experiences. So all of that just helped me. And I started helping friends. I'm like, no, you don't have to be. I have 3 students right now in FIU who just did their bachelor degree from University of Liberia, ABC University, and they are doing their PhD right now.
Okay, yeah. Let's open the line. If you are listening to the program Education at Midweek is on ERBC 99.9. Of course, it's every Wednesday. The last Wednesday is from 9 to 10. The second and fourth Wednesday is from 8 to 9. And this program is sponsored by the Ministry of Education, of course, under the direct supervision of Professor Dian Susodi. My name is J. Maxim Bleaton. Our guest for today's edition of the program is Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins NV is a PhD candidate for Florida's International University from the United States of America. He's our guest. Please, if you want to interact with him, you can call this number 0777 21 21 97. And Vavi, can you help me with the other number, please? Okay, I don't know why Vavi don't want to talk today. 0880 51 40 96. 0880 51 40 96 is the Lone Star. And of course, for the orange, 0777 21 21 97. Please call and interact with Mr. V. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Blake.
How are you doing this morning?
Okay, my name is Tata Speed, man. I do join you from the action.
Yeah, let's hear you.
And I want you to appreciate the young guys in studio. You know, like I always tell people that these challenges are left for people to put yourself into, most certainly for the youth department. Because this guy is a guy going out of the country, realizing engineering business so that everything of engineering, you know, every aspect of it. And most of them appreciate it ever so much because you're really trying to bring yourself to the people of Liberia.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate it ever so much. So I'm calling to pass on these skills to other people too, so that they can have access to that.
All right, let's take this one too. Good morning. Vavi, we got a number there, and the one is 0 for the Lone Star is 0880 514 096. For the Lone Star 0880 514 096. Let's take this one here first from the orange. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yes, I'm Gilpin and calling you from Beverly Hills.
Okay. Let's hear you.
Yes, sir. Let me say congratulations to our
Hello.
brother and sons that have come.
Okay.
You see, these are the kind of things we want. Now that we don't have people in Liberia that want to learn, but the motivation is not there. Like when you set it and start nowhere, it's frustrating.
Okay.
But now we're sending in positive way. Look at that kind of man that thought, young man like that. If we have two people that coming from abroad to kind of take over the Ministry of Education, tell me where are we? Engineering and today technology has overcome the world.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
wouldn't suggest to the Ministry of Education to continue to sponsor people like.
Okay. Thank you. Let's take this one. Okay. All right. Let's take this one. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Your name and where you calling from?
Okay, I'm Borges Coldman, calling from Police Academy.
Let's hear you.
Okay, I want to say a big thank you to the brother in studio, Mr. Collinsville. Okay, we worked together before.
Okay.
I'm also from the University of Bureau. He and I worked together when you were here. He even taught me. Yeah, he provides some tutorials, phases. You were aiding Stephen George from the University of Bureau.
Okay.
And then he spent most of his time helping us before he could travel.
Okay.
That's how big he's back.
Okay.
And I'm so happy for him.
Okay.
And I wish what he talked about in studio, like offering trainings and other stuff for people, for university students, faculties, people that want to take advantage of it. I'll be waiting to work with him. I'm so happy for him. I want to say a big thank you to him.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's take this one. Hello. Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, how do you do?
Yeah, thank God. I'm Ruben calling from Soul Clinic.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm grateful to you, Mr. Banton and Blinken, and also thank God for Collins today. It's my brother from Beekeeper. I'm so happy for what God is doing through him.
Okay.
Thank you for hosting him in the program, and thank God that he is bringing smart to Liberia and to his parents.
Okay. So let's take this one from Vavi. Thank you. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you. Hello. Okay. So 07772122197 is the number to call. Of course, someone get texting me. They're saying that you should call your number, but when you tell you call your number again. Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Morning, Mr. Bleeder.
Yeah. How do you do?
I want to say good morning to my brother calling Bill. My name is calling from Brazil.
Okay, let's hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just want to commend my brother, Mr. V.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a school young man.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, because I know when your mother was on be there,
the message of your former classmate. The message of you drive Gary.
So at least if we get 4 or 5 young men like that in our nation, it will be fine. And I actually want to say thank you, and then I will find him and all of the ideas he's putting. I will support him in all those things.
Okay.
So I want to thank you to my brother.
Thank you.
Well, the message of your roommate. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, your name, where you calling from, please?
This is Akoi Makiva calling from Ganta.
From Ganta, Nima County. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I called to appreciate our brother there in studio, and then also to ask him, as it relates to AI, what is the future of humanity?
Wow. Okay. Thank you. The man is listening. Let's take this one. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm calling. I'm saying to our brother in studio that we appreciate the education given to us, but man's fear is concerning the AI. What would be the future of humanity if AI would be able to take over, as AI is gradually taking over every sector of life?
All right. You answer that. Thank you. AI just coming in. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Billy.
Let's hear you.
Take all the glory for you.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate you firstly for your expose yesterday for the educational sector.
Okay.
I came down high on the teachers. I love that.
Okay.
And I really appreciate the young man that you have in studio and listening to him. I don't know, Mr. Billy, what really can we do for such a young and brilliant man of such for our nation to shape the destiny of our nation? Such a young man.
People listening, I want to bring the man to the radio so that people who listening can, tap into the man, knowledge, so that we can be knowledgeable and move our country forward for the growth and development of Mama Liberia.
A Liberian man talking such a thing.
Yeah, Liberian man.
Proud.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I'm proud of him. I want to appreciate him so much. Okay. And that this endeavor that God will take him to what he had is.
Thank you. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Moshe J. Joseph calling from GSA this morning.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I want to employ our brother this morning in studio, and it is the first time to listen to your education program at EFDC. These are some of the things we sometimes discuss in my county River G when we are at some of the intellectual forum. How best can we bring the United States back to Liberia? And this is one of the ideas I just got from my brother. He learned in the United States, but he came back to the country to see how best to bring the U.S. in Liberia. I employ him, and he did extremely well.
Okay.
And I believe that we that will be going on out there to study, let us be able to come back home to develop Liberia.
Okay.
Right now, we see Liberia going out. The simple question I always ask my friend, when will we take teachers from Liberia to send to Ghana for teaching, instead of bringing teachers from different countries to come in our nation to teach?
Okay.
And I thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from? The line is just busting.
I'm Henry. I just want to call for callers.
Yeah, let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I want to commend my brother Collins there, because the education system in Liberia, we really need someone like him. Engineering and education is going to help Liberia in my own thinking. However, I would like to really understand if he can help the Liberian populace with the information to see if all people can be given the opportunity to apply.
Okay, maybe you will answer that. So let's go to Mr. V. It costs too much if we just manicure. We have 10 more minutes, Mr. V. Can you just summarize these calls? And of course, you gave some information to the public. Calls are still coming, but I just want you to take the first batch.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who just put in their support, and I really, really appreciate that. These are things that keep me going forward. Despite the challenges, like I said, it's never been easy, right? But listening to that just humble me even more to do my best. Thinking about the future of AI and looking at humanity.
Yeah.
This is the $1 million question right now. And the key to that is research. And that's what I want us, us Liberians, the government, the Ministry of Education, every one of us to prioritize research and see how the use of these things will impact us. Because where the war is going right now, like if you see 20 years ago, Facebook wasn't to where it is right now.
Yeah.
But see where Facebook is and how interconnected the world is because of that. 20 or 50 years from now, the whole AI will take over.
Wow.
But we need to be prepared. And we need to be aware. And also, like just like a little guidance to students. We should understand that AI and the rest of the artificial intelligence tools and stuff like that, they all are prone to errors. So you can get information from them, but also you can still use your human thinking to make sense out of what you are getting from the AI. Like the same way you get things from Google, right?
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out. They'll say from computer, right? From Google, you get a lot of information from there, but you need to put your own reasoning into it and get the better out of it. So a few years from now, or a decade from now, automation will take over. This scares a lot of us in terms of, like before we used to have people at the gas station pumping gas.
Yeah.
Now we have automated machine pumping gas and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
10 years from now, it's going to be different.
So people will not be having jobs.
But we still need to position ourselves in such a way. And that's where technology comes in. Then we need to be user of these technology tools because we will still be needed around. Yeah. We need to prepare ourselves for the next war. So something like that. As it relates to opportunity for applying, like I'm very, very much open. My social media handles are all available. People can reach me.
Maybe you can call your number again.
My number is 0775 513
social media platform
3845.
Take your own time.
On Twitter.
Some people writing it down.
Okay.
Want to really follow you.
07
because schools are closing like
exactly.
Maybe some people want to hire you for a workshop or
I'm ready.
Some kind of thing.
0775 513845. That's my number. Okay. Or you can just reach me on Facebook, like Collins NV. Get me there. We will talk. Meet me on LinkedIn. I got my LinkedIn profile, Collins NV. PhD Kennedy and everything up there. You can see on IG, Instagram. You can also reach me there. I have that, so we can talk about different opportunities. I see like a lot of things out there, and I can let you know it is not easy. But if you can put your time to it, if you can give it your all, yes, you could be one of them.
So, what's the message to the Ministry of Education so that cooperatively we can work together to move this sector forward?
First of all, I want to appreciate the Ministry of Education for creating the platform for us to have this discussion. I can tell you this is the fundamental way to go.
And this is our second time.
Yes, the second time. And I want to come back again. Yes. All right. So I want to thank the Ministry of Education for doing these things. Like when I had the opportunity again to present the last time at the Jadofage Foundation.
Yeah.
Where the presence of the minister, and like seeing the ministry embracing partnership and collaboration
with STEM education.
Non-for-profit organization working. This is the good way to go. And I want to urge the Ministry of Education and the head, the professor himself, to lead us in that direction of bridging the gap between the private sector and our public sector. Let's see companies, let's see partnership. We can invest into that and give more opportunities, spaces for people to collaborate with the Ministry of Education. Support research. Young people out there are very passionate about education in Liberia. I have tons of friends from the University of Liberia, from other schools that I know out there that are working. Let's support research and see how we can invest into different departments, doing research for STEM education. We need STEM outreach programs. I was impressed to listen to the plethora of opportunities that the Minister for TVET,
Sekou
Dukle listed about the different technology intervention that the ministry is underwriting. I'm really happy to listen to that.
That's the kind of thing we do.
Let's keep forward with that. But let there be investment in research that will investigate the effectiveness of these and challenges, and then we'll come back on the drawing board again and go from there. That's
now. Before you conclude, people have been talking about this STEM issue is full of mathematics. It's one of the difficult subjects to really deal with. What message have you for the young people who are coming? Majority of them, they are in arts program and other things like that. What can you tell our upcoming generation to go into engineering or STEM education?
Every discipline is difficult. Absolutely. Every discipline. Business college is difficult to be there. People who graduate with accounting degrees, they have their own level of challenges. The same with engineering. So I think it all has to do with preparedness. It has to do with putting yourself into what you want to learn. And I can say this: our journey at the Universal Library wasn't easy, but we, like minds. When I gave my valedictory address, I was talking about perseverance is the achiever's secret. We persevere in challenges. We form team. We study together, and then we use opportunities. And I'm still saying this over and over: make use out of opportunity. Bring your data in simple librarian English. Bring your data on things that matter most to you in your career.
Okay. Thank you. Your party statement just in 1 minute, because time is not our friend right now.
Yeah. Again, I want to say thank you, the director, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to the Ministry of Education, to the ministers, and all of the team there for giving me this opportunity. I'm here to work with the ministry, with University of Liberia, with universities in Liberia. I'm here to work with everybody, and I embrace collaboration and partnership wherever my expertise can be used. Once it has to do with bringing Liberia to where it needs to be, because I feel it is our challenge right now.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins NV. He's a PhD candidate from the Florida International University in the United States of America, doing engineering and computer education. He been my guest on this edition of the program, Education at Midweek. Until next Wednesday, same time, same station. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday morning, and God bless you. Vavi, you can take control.